I spent $200 in one night on people who didn't even know my name. And when I got home with $5 left in my wallet, I found out they were laughing at me in a group chat. Here's why you're doing the same thing right now and how to stop. You're checking your phone every 3 minutes. Someone left you on read 2 hours ago, and you've already written the eulogy for that friendship. You said something in class today, and now you're lying in bed at 1 a.m. replaying it frame by frame, wondering if people think you're annoying. Here's the part that's going to hurt. You're not worried about what people think. You're addicted to it. You apologize when someone bumps into you. You backtrack your opinions mid-sentence with, "But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong." You change your entire personality depending on who's in the room. And the craziest part, you think this is normal? You think everyone does this. They don't. Let me tell you when this started. It wasn't last year. It wasn't high school. It was elementary school, the moment you realized that being liked felt safer than being yourself. You weren't the loudest kid, but you were friendly with everyone. Not because you genuinely liked everyone, but because you were terrified of anyone not liking you. So you learned to adapt. Group A likes sports, you pretend to care about football. Group B makes edgy jokes, you laugh even when it makes you uncomfortable. Group C hates Group B, you never mention talking to them. And for a while, it worked. People liked you, you fit in. But here's what you didn't realize. You were building a personality out of borrowed opinions. You had no idea who you actually were. If someone asked you what you believed in, you'd give them the answer of whoever you talked to last. You became a blank slate, a jester, a people pleaser who performs for approval and calls it being nice. Here's what happens when you care too much. 1. You lose yourself. You stop having your own style, your own opinions, your own interests. I wore shorts and a hoodie every day because I was too scared to dress how I wanted. I had friends who picked on my style, and instead of ignoring them, I just agreed. I let them shape me. 2. You make decisions for other people. You pick a major based on what sounds impressive. You take a job because it looks good on paper. You go to parties you don't want to go to because saying no feels impossible. None of it is for you. It's all designed to get approval from people who don't even remember your name. 3. You get used. People can smell a people pleaser from a mile away. They know you'll say yes, so they keep asking. I gave out test answers like candy. I spent my hard-earned $200 on people who didn't thank me once, and when I finally had $5 left, I couldn't even buy myself a lemonade. The worst part? I found out later they were making fun of me in a group chat. We played him like a fiddle. You've convinced yourself that everyone is watching, everyone is judging, everyone cares. They're not. Most people are too busy worrying about themselves to think about you. That thing you said in third period that you're still cringing about, no one remembers it. That Instagram post you deleted because it didn't get enough likes, no one noticed. You're stressing about impressing people who forgot you exist the second you left the room. But here's the trap. Your brain needs you to believe they're watching. Because if they're not watching, then all this performance, all this anxiety, all this exhaustion, it's for nothing. And that's too painful to accept. So you keep performing, you keep monitoring yourself, you keep apologizing for existing, and your brain never shuts off. After the fair, after the group chat, after staring at my empty wallet, I made a decision. I started noticing when I was doing it. Every time I caught myself overthinking, I asked, does this actually matter? Does this person's opinion affect my life? Am I doing this for me or for approval? Most of the time, the answer was no. Then I started saying no, and it felt like my chest was caving in at first. My brain was convinced something terrible would happen, but nothing happened. Most people just ask someone else. I made a rule. Only apologize if I actually did something wrong. Someone bumps into me, not my fault. I have an opinion, I don't take it back. And slowly, things changed. Some people didn't like the new version of me. The ones who were used to me always saying yes, always going along with things they didn't like, that I had boundaries now. And that's how I knew it was working. Because the people who stuck around were the people who liked me for me, not for what I did for them. I stopped choosing things based on how they looked. I started choosing based on what I actually wanted. I stopped replaying conversations in my head. I stopped worrying about every single interaction. And here's the part that no one tells you. When you stop performing, you finally get to relax. You're not second-guessing every word. You're not analyzing every laugh. You're not checking your phone every 10 seconds to see if someone validated your existence. You're just there, present, real. If someone talks to you once in class, they're not your friend. They're just being polite, and that's okay. You don't need 50 surface-level friends. You need 3 real ones. Stop spending your life trying to be liked by people who don't even know you. Stop apologizing for taking up space. Stop performing for an audience that isn't watching. The version of you that you're supposed to be is waiting, but you'll never meet him as long as you're too busy being everyone else. The people who matter will like you for who you are. The ones who don't, they were never your people to begin with. Stop caring. Start living.